Is it possible to really get leaner in just 15 minutes per day? Well, in this video, I want to show you how I actually do it. And all you need is really just 2 exercises and 15 minutes every day so that you can get leaner every single week. Now, the reason why 15 minutes works is when you compound it in the whole week. So 15 minutes on Monday all the way to Sunday, it adds up to about 105 minutes in the week. Now, for most people, especially like myself, where I get really busy with life, where I've got to send the kids, I've got my partner, I've got family, I've got friends, a lot of obligations, as well as coaching my clients and coaching basketball. Time is really scarce for me and possibly for you as well, where the exercise habit always takes a backseat. So 15 minutes is a small enough chunk where we feel that it's doable and it doesn't waste our time. Now, the other side of that is that we may feel that, can we really get anything done in 15 minutes? Well, you actually can. And my strategy is usually just picking 2 exercises. Now, you want to pick compound exercises where it's working more than one muscle at a time. So don't pick like a bicep curl and tricep extensions. Those are just working, just the biceps and triceps. So things like push-ups, squats, lunges, pull-ups, is working more than one muscle at a time. For today, I did a bench press and I did some pull-ups, and that's my 15 minutes today. And I'm filming this video. But yeah, time is very scarce for me, and I can get leaner with just 2 exercises. Granted, you also have to take care of other things in your life, which is like your eating habits, your sleeping habits, and managing your stress. But with just 2 exercises, you can definitely see results and you can get leaner by the week. Now, like I said, it's the other side of that is we feel that it might not be enough, and we always will put things off if we're like, I have an hour, but I gotta get my stuff, drive to the gym and then warm up and all these kind of stuff. And it really just makes us not take the action needed. Whereas 15 minutes, if you can reduce the friction and get right into the exercises, that's going to be far more beneficial. The only thing is you want to do these kind of workouts almost every single day. So for example, you can have Monday that you're doing push-ups and lunges, and then the next day you can do cardio. So maybe just 15 minutes of burpees. I know it sounds boring, but make it simple and don't have to think so much, because when you start overthinking things, you just end up not doing anything. And you can have a lot of these examples in your life where try to think back of when you wanted to do something and like, oh, that's a great idea. And then you never did it because you're overthinking. For me, it's relating to like this YouTube channel. I have learned over the years that I wanted to, finally make a channel, and I've learned editing. I've learned how to speak to a camera, and you have to deal with all these like things. And I feel like I have the skill, but I overthink it and try to make these videos the best they can. And it just sometimes stops me from actually making it because I deal with a lot of perfectionism. But now it's, just turn on the camera and start recording. And it really gets me into the habit of actually filming the videos. So the same thing with exercises is just make it so simple and so frictionless that you can just get started. And once you get started, you can build upon that. So think back of like the 80-20 rule, where 20% of the things you do actually brings in 80%. And that's the bare minimum. So 15 minutes for me, 10 to 15 minutes for me is like the bare minimum, and you'll get the maximum results with the minimal effort. If you start liking exercises and you start to prioritize your health a little bit more, yes, you can progress. But the bare minimum, I believe, is 15 minutes every day. Heck, even if it's 15 minutes of walking. So if you're on vacation and you're food hunting and you're just walking everywhere, that's also counts. That is more of like a NEAT, so your non-exercise daily movement, that counts as exercise as well. As long as we're not sitting in the office at your job, 8 hours a day, not moving, or, getting home and just turning on Netflix and sitting on the couch. We want to, be able to move and be mobile so that we can be better dads to our kids, especially to my two daughters. I look forward to bringing them to playgrounds and playing with them and squatting on the ground to meet them at that level. Yeah, it was crawling. And I think that creates that bonding memory for me and my girls, especially. And, you got to cherish every moment that you're able to do that because, they're going to grow up really fast and I'm going to miss these days. But you want to have pain free when you get on the floor and not be one of those old guys and go, oh, you got to go on the floor and then, get back up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you got some value out of that. And if you did, hit the like button and I'll see you in the next one.